Game week 375 is, I think, 2 days away. Time to do some lineup building. By the way, I'm BTC and me. Welcome to the channel. My first video related to Sorare content. But I've actually had this YouTube channel for years, as maybe some dormant subscribers will now see me active again, could tell you. So, enough of that. Let's get into some lineup building. So, I've recently moved into rares, which I'm really stoked about. And this week, I'm probably going to have my strongest lineup ever. But then next week, the majority of these players don't play anymore. So, this is kind of my Hail Mary before the new season starts. I have purchased a lot of my rares recently with the new season in mind, not thinking to play at the back end of the season. So, this is the all-star lineup. What you will notice is a lot of great under 23 talent, and then we have Steele in goal. Hence why I have to play All Star. I don't currently have a U23 keeper. But very happy with this lineup. Obviously, got Steele in goal, who I really rate, up against Villa. We got Mendy with an away fixture against 12th place. I think they're in 11th, so kind of mid-table clash. Bat, my man Martin Bat, I call him Mr. Bat. He is at home and more likely potentially take the armband. But right now I've got the armband on Dr. Doku, another name I've got for him. And he's got a triple A rating, so that kind of swayed it for me right now. And then Gustav Isaksen, my most latest buy, comes in up top next to Doku. He's actually come off, I think, like 8 or 9 decisives, either assists or goals, in the last 10 fixtures. So he's in red hot form, but he's likely now to start, hitting 30s and 40s, considering I've just gone and picked him up. But again, only really going to run this team for one game week until the new season. So I'm just hoping for the best. So that's the all-star lineup. Also going to run a Cap 240 four-man team. You might ask yourself why I'm running a four-man team. The reason for it, quite simply, I don't have a keeper. So got Julian Agarizabala. Sorry about that, Julian. And he is obviously the number 2 keeper. He's behind Unai Simon, who might potentially leave. Who knows at this stage, but there's a chance he leaves, maybe to a bigger club, or maybe for Julian to get a loan move. I don't see him sitting bench again for another year. He's just that talented that he needs some game time. But let's see. He is a local lad, so he might want to just stick on for another year and sit behind Simon, but let's find out. So he's going to come into the four-man Cap 240 team. We're going to stick in Mr. Gusto. Again, a lot of uncertainties around him. He didn't even have any minutes in the last game. So that was frustrating. But he comes in because of his L15 is really low. Then we're going to stick in, let's see, I haven't really done this yet. So I would prefer Enzo Laffy. Wait, let's see here. Let's save that. Go back here, because I think I had Kakara in here, which I shouldn't have. Let's put Gustav back in here. Save that up. Go back to 240. 240. Where the hell are you? Why am I not finding this? 240, where are you? Okay, I'm refreshing. Sorry, this isn't as smooth as I would have hoped, but first stream back in years, so... Oh, it was right at the top. Of course it was. Okay, so Julian in, Gusto in. Midfield, we're going to give it to Maxence. Really, really like him, and I'm hoping, just both of them play. Nkunku, because of his L15, and of course it's Nkunku, love Nkunku. He was actually the first limited card I ever bought back in the day, was Nkunku. I think I spent like $300 on that card, and then I picked up his rare for $600. So happy with that. Obviously, big difference in ETH values, but dollar values didn't sound too bad. Okay, so Nkunku comes in. We've now got 52 left. And Sydney van Hooijdonk, who I really like the look of, but he's one of those forwards that like scores 0 AA, but he has banged, I think, like 14 goals this season. He's on loan as well, due to go back to Germany. But he's got a triple A rating. It looks like the majority of that rating is coming from his cost, his form, the odds of a win, but the scoring history against this club is low. And I don't know about you guys, but I like the idea of scoring history. Um, you know, Scoring a lot against one particular club is something that maybe tends to repeat itself. But let's see. So I might bring in Mr. Shinta Appelkamp. He's got better scoring history. Um, Odds are pretty much similar. He's also a midfielder that picks up good AA. So I'm going to put him in for now. And that is right now the cap to 40 4-man lineup. Um, Obviously, it could be a lot better, but let's go with it. Let's see what happens. Save that up. Now moving on to the limited lineups. So majority of my gallery are still limited. The way that I usually start, I'm going to try to do this quite quickly, or this video is going to be long. This is just the first drafts. So going to start with U23 as I always do. Let's let Sorare Data do the first draft. So let's see what they come up with. So we got Geoff in goal, which is likely going to be the person I put in anyways. Kamil Patowski on incredible form. He was my captain last week in U23, scored me 120 odd with captain. Delit is got a really good AAA fixture. Is away though. Bayern have looked pretty lackluster, so I'm not 100% convinced on that. Vert as well got a AAA fixture away though, but his form as well has been pretty poor recently. Hasn't banged decisive in weeks. Enzo Lafi last week didn't pick up a decisive, all the week before I don't believe. Some good AA last week. Got the AAA fixture as well. Also away. So this whole team is away, which is not great. But this is what Sorare Data have suggested. Let's delete that. Let's take a look at what I would put in here. So pretty simple selection for my keeper. I do trust Yvonne. Georgie has been doing better recently. And he's got a home fixture. But we're playing against Olympic. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stick in Georgie here. He's come off a clean sheet against Real Madrid. So if you can do it against Real Madrid, you can do it against anyone. What else do we have here? Got Sugawara at home against PSV though, so likely to concede. Also, you must keep in mind when they play against these top teams, these defenders, they do a lot more work. But that's usually centre backs, not wing backs or right backs or left backs. So he might have extra work, but likely will concede. Might obviously also get a decisive though, so you have to weigh that up when you're looking at these. But I think Camille is going to come in because of his recent form, and Ghent are just really solid at the back. So I'm keen on sticking with him. So Camille comes in. In the middle of the park, we got Chu, who's playing against Vitesse at home. A pretty easy selection there. I'm very happy with Kokchu. Again, hasn't scored a decisive in a while, which is frustrating, but top talent and captain and at home, and Kokchu. So he comes in, got a 10% bonus on him, so that's nice. Okay, up front, Daniel Marlin in a huge game for Dortmund. Really loved Mr. Marlin. The reason why I'm not going to pick Daniel for this lineup is because I like to stack him with Guerrero, Rafael Guerrero. I hope I said that right. For Dortmund in Champ Europe. So I might bring in Cherky. And hopefully Vinicius gets his straight reds sort of rescinded, then he would come in. But right now, let's stick in Cherky. I'm happy with Cherky. I would put in Verts, but Verts is just in horrible form recently in terms of decisive, so I'm going to leave him out. Also, I would typically put in Dillet, but I just don't like their form recently. So I'm going to skip these two boys who usually I bang straight in. Frimpong could be a good shout, but I'm going to skip him as well. I might stack Verts and Frimpong in a lineup for Bayer Leverkusen. I own like 6 or 7 Leverkusen cards. So let's put in Laffy. You can always rely on Laffy for solid AA. So right now for the first draft, Laffy is going to come in. Cool, that's that done. I think I would probably captain Camille again, even though he's away. Just because he just brings up the goods time after time. So let's see how that does. That's saved. I'm gonna only do like maybe 3 or 4. I usually do like 10 lineups every week. I'm just gonna do like U23 All Star and Champ Europe for this video because I don't want it to be forever. Cool. So All Star. Let's see what Sorare data told me to do. So they're again like all away. Must be just how the stars have fallen this week, but everyone's away in this lineup. Franco, great player, obviously, without doubt, but again, being poor form recently, hasn't kept a clean sheet in a while. A few subpar scores. Dillet, we already chatted about, so about Verts, brought up Frimpong as well. Messi is a no-brainer, so I'm going to take out these and might even take you out as well. And let's take a look. Who do we have at the back? Martinez is playing against Brighton. I think Brighton score there. I think this will end up being a draw. Raya is playing City. That's a no-go. Matthews playing against PSV. It's a no-go. This gent here, Kim Jong-hun, has done pretty well recently, but his bonus is really small. He's playing away as well. Kepa home against Chelsea against Newcastle. Obviously, I'm going to stack my Chelsea boys in cap 270 probably. So I can't take him in. I might put in Juf. Actually, you know what? Franco's playing against what looks like almost the bottom of the league. Vela is actually I'm familiar with. They're not that bad. He's got 45% clean sheet odds. So let's stick him in. Defender, gotta be my man Mendy, Otamendi. Love you. Came off like 80 or to 90 last week. Got me a reward in champ. No, it wasn't champ, it was all-star. So he comes in. Midfield. Oh man, Marvin, you need to score me some more hundreds, bro. So Marvin came into the gallery like a month and a half ago, banged me like I think 4 in a row, like 80 to 100 scores, and the last 2 game weeks, dire, like yellow mid-40 scores. But I just keep running him in my all-star team because he's that all-star caliber. So I think I'm just gonna have to run him again to go into the back end of the season. Just be stubborn about it. So Martin comes in, and who are we going to stick up front with Messi? So Tim scored again. I think he scored again. SO5. Yeah, he did. He only got an assist and he got a yellow. But still, this man, look at him. Like, he doesn't score dark greens because the AA is fairly poor. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 decisives in the last 7, which is great. Who's he playing against? He's playing against, he's playing away. Looks like it's a favorable fixture, so I think he's going to have to come in. Verts, I'm going to ignore for now. He's probably going to bang there. Benzema could come in. He's certainly an all-star caliber, but again, not like hasn't really banged recently, and will likely be kind of on the down because the league's finished. Barca really won it, so I'm gonna put in Tim and hope for the best. Tim, you meant to come in. Oh, let's swap. Okay, swapped out Messi now. Where's Messi? Messi comes in, and Messi's going to be captain. Captain Messi, my man. Okay, save. Okay, U23 All Star done, All Star Rare done, Cap 240 done, Rare. Let's go look at Champ Europe, and then we're done. And by the way, guys, please do leave any good, bad, indifferent feedback if you have it. Yeah, I'm here to improve. And also, if you're new to Sorare and you like the idea of building fantasy teams and winning money and cards, you'll see a QR code on the screen. If you're on your computer, use your mobile, screen that, and you can download the app. I get a little kickback and potentially win a card as well on your side. So take a look at that if you're new to Sorare. With that out the way, let's check out what they're going to do for my Champ Europe team. Sorare data. Again, like really, really keen on sticking in Verts and Frimpong. It's probably a good shout, but I'm going to do them in my Bundesliga Pro team, or potentially cap 270, depending on how it works out. So I would leave Diouf in goal. I'm going to put in Rafael Guerrero here. Where's Guerrero? Here you are. God, this guy is. I need to get this guy's card, man. His rare card. Love him. He's playing in midfield now. I think Bellingham might be, or he has played in midfield multiple times, but played again in midfield last week in the last game with Bellingham out, and he just bossed it. He's got a 70% being benched, but I think it's a little early in the game week, so that data is quite incorrect. We're gonna drop you out, even though I do rate you. Let's take a look at midfield, what we got cooking. So, what do we got cooking? Parejo, Kivich. God, he's been shite since I bought him as well. God, I think I just bought all these boys and girls at the top. And they've just kind of like pulled back in form. I guess he won the league or is coming on to win the league and they're way ahead, so it's already probably on holiday. Pacina has actually not done too bad recently. He's a kid. Monza are really good. It is Monza, right? Yeah, Monza haven't lost since April. Or haven't, yeah. Look at that. 58 L5, 58 L15, 56 L40. This guy was a steal. Actually, no, I won him. Didn't buy him. He's come off 2 dark green scores, actually. Goal and an assist. He's coming into the team in Champ Europe. Matteo Pessina. Up forward is going to be Marlon. I know that already. I like playing these two together. I'm going to get more Dortmund players, but probably not in limiteds. I want to start focusing on, actually, they'll be really expensive and rare, so probably not. But might think about building a nice collection of Dortmund. And then, you know what, like, as a Chelsea fan, it's hard for me to pick someone like Trippier, considering, we're playing against them. But he's just come off a really good score. And he is the kind of guy I do run in this champ team. We could put in Parejo. Pereira's playing this week in one of my lineups. So let's see how he does. He missed a match 2 game weeks ago because of a suspension. Yellow card suspension, I believe. And he's just met John Nellis, so I'm going to put him in for now. And I'm going to captain Guerrero at home. Parejo could come out for Trippier, but not right now for this first draft. Cool. So those are the teams for game week 375. I will still likely build another 5 or 6 teams, but just for courtesy and for you people not having to watch me go through all of this, I'll do that just before, maybe a day before the deadline. And let's take a quick look here at the teams for the week that I've built so far. So All-Star, very happy with that, very excited. Cap 240, 4-man team. Actually very excited for that as well. U23, some good talent here. A lot of these boys pick up good AA. And that's usually what I kind of look for. The All-Star team, again, decisive heavy, 1 or 2 not in the greatest of form. Franco and Wanadzek. And the Champ Europe team, I actually really like the look of. And hopefully Dortmund can get it done. and Guerrero can bang 100. So that is that. For those of you that don't follow me yet on Twitter, please go and check me out. I tweet a lot about Sorare, if not always about Sorare. Also tweet about Bitcoin and crypto in general a lot. Um, and actually doing a giveaway right now. So if you are in the market for a Spurs player and Kulu, I'm giving him away before the game week 375 deadline. All you need to do is follow me if you don't and retweet this.